Oh, hey, oh, hey, oh, Russian to a victory. That'll be the title of the article I write tonight. Someone sent me something and said, hey, you need to write, and they're right. I do. I need to. Blues win 6-3 over Columbus. Barbashev, 2 goals. I think he had an assist. Buschhh, 2 goals and an assist. Senko, 3 assists. Wow. I mean, that game absolutely flipped on an intermission. That's Anthony from Hockey Hound. How you doing, Anthony?
Oh, wonderful. How are you?
Oh, not bad, not bad. Hey, you cannot. I mean, I know you don't like losing, but that wasn't a bad game.
It was not. No, they played a solid game. The Jackets played a solid game. It's just St. Louis played a better game defensively and offensively. They got it rolling, and I mean, they got the big win.
Yeah, Falk gets his second game winner in 2 games or 3 games, something like that. I mean, our last 2 wins, he's had both the game winners. So Tarasenko, Barbashev, and then I'm guessing Buschhh is going to be the first star.
Yeah, they were trying to feed him for that hat trick.
One assist. Playing it forward for the Blues, number 89, Pavel Buschhh.
Buschhh, 3 points. Tarasenko, 3 points. I'm pretty sure that I know Thomas had 3 points. Wow, man, just amazing to see what happened here. Hold on a sec.
And get a chance to be interviewed here in front of the hometown crowd. And I know that you're ready over there. Pavel, we had an interview before the game. You're a little nervous about that. Now you've got 18,000 fans here. So congratulations, and what a great game for you guys.
Thank you guys for your support. It's really helped us after a tough start. You get us going, and like we win the game, get the W. Thank you guys.
They sure did, and you deserve to give yourselves a round of applause. Pavel, was anything said between the first and second period? Because it seemed to be a different team coming back out for the second.
I think it's in the locker room. I think it's maybe Chief tell you.
Okay.
It's in the locker room, I think.
Well, that's what good coaches do, Pavel. You know that as well as anybody. Hey, listen, the first 3 stars of this game, you've got a Russian in Tarasenko, you got a Russian in Barbashev, and you got yourself. I think we've got something special going on here in St. Louis, Pavel. You agree?
Yeah, you should put a Russian song there right now.
Okay, I can't sing one. Pavel, thank you for doing this. Congratulations.
Oh, there you go. So there's Pavel. Really good. So I say it wrong. I say Buschhh, and it's Buschhh. So I get it. Tanner's letting me know that I tell it wrong. But Barbashev just missed a hat trick.
Yep.
Yeah, he is becoming a fan favorite here in St. Louis. So I want to get what you saw, Anthony. What you saw from this game. I mean, we looked at the first intermission. You know, me and Ashley are just dejected. We're feeling like, you know, the Blues there's no way that they're going to come back from this. There's no, you know, we know our team. From an outsider's perspective, what did you see tonight? Why did the Blues win this game? And then why did they win it so handedly in the last 2 periods?
Well, they stayed really consistent down low in front of Korpisalo when it came to putting that puck on net. Like I said, last intermission, it was really flustering the Jackets down low defensively, trying to keep them away from him. You know, that tic-toe pass that they scored, just a lot of those that they were feeding them down low were killing the Blue Jackets defensively down low. And then offensively, they just couldn't really get it going that third period. The stick checking, the body checking, the Blues were just outnumbering them in their offensive zone and just turning the puck over.
From a Blue Jackets perspective, I mean, rate the game. A to F. What you seeing?
F is in being the worst.
Yeah, A to F.
I'd honestly, I'll give them a C. I mean, they didn't really play bad. I mean, it's hard to, like you said earlier, it's hard to say that they played bad when they did play a decent game. It's just, there were things that would make their grade lower, I guess you would say, as in for defense and, getting outshot. And I mean, 3 goals in a period is what destroyed them. And then, like we said, last intermission, when you said if they come out, they score a goal, they're going to just keep going. And what happened? I mean, you called it from the beginning that they were going to put up 6. So,
yeah. So for me, I looked at Columbus, and I give them a C+. I didn't think they played a bad game. They did. There was towards the end there. They were leaving in the third period. They absolutely left Korpisalo hung out to dry. But again, I don't think that was on their defense as much as it was on the Blues just playing one of the best games they played all season.
Absolutely.
Right, Ashley?
I'm right there with you. I mean, personally, I thought that Columbus. I'm usually nicer when I grade though, so I'd give them a B- because I felt like they still even were showing signs of life in the third when they were scoring because they got 2 goals.
Yeah,
I mean, they didn't give up. So I gotta rate them a little higher than a C, but it obviously the Blues had an A game.
Yeah, now that's the thing. When you look at this game, especially from the beginning, the first period, you don't think that this game is going to be 6-3.
No,
at all. And then for the Blues to come out the way they did and play just so solidly from the puck drop of the second until the final whistle of the third.
I would actually give them like the last 5 minutes of the first is when they started really warming up.
Yeah, I did see that, and that's why I had said at the first where I thought things would be a little bit better. Columbus played 20, the Blues played 40. Actually, I think the Blues played maybe 45 because I did see something, and I think we talked about this in the first intermission, Anthony, that the Blues, that it seemed like the Blues started to change the control of the game. Like they started to take control away from Columbus. Did you feel that in the first period?
Yeah, it's like Columbus came out hot and it kind of fizzled out is what it seemed like, and the Blues were kind of, they were getting their feet wet, eventually, and then they got it rolling. They came out in the second, and that's when everything started popping off.
Hey, the only thing that I give the Blues a B+ for this game, and the only reason I give them the B+ is the 2 power play goals, right? Columbus isn't a great power play team. We talked about that, and they get the 2 power play goals. So that comes a little bit of a question mark, something to look at. And Ryan Green says the state of Ohio didn't have a good day in sports.
No. First my Buckeyes and now my Blue Jackets.
Well, I mean, to be honest, you can't. There's, I always say it. One of my favorite sayings is there's good wins, there's bad wins, there's good losses, there's bad losses. Yeah. For the Blues, I take this as a good win. You can't take this as a bad loss for the Blue Jackets.
Yeah, but I mean, they got to split these games on the road at least to stay in that upper rank in the Metro. I mean, they're playing 3 good teams coming up on the road, and if they're going to play like they did tonight, that's 4 losses right there.
Yeah. Well, I mean, look what I was saying at the beginning at the intermission. At the intermission, I had guys. I mean, how many of these guys, agreed with me? The Blues go 0 for 4 in their next 4 games, and then everything shifts. I mean, it was absolutely. I'm flabbergasted, and it takes a lot to flabbergast me. And actually, I'm usually critical of wins, right? Ask Ashley, right?
I have to drink for post game.
I'm usually very, very critical of wins. I find all the stuff. Jake Allen going to Buffalo. How are they heard? Is Allen going to Buffalo?
I didn't hear anything.
I
Unless it was just
haven't-
announced.
Yeah, I haven't seen anything either.
Yeah, I haven't seen that either. I know. Was Montreal playing Buffalo today?
I'm trying to check that out real quick.
Yeah. Tanner says, "Have a sip for me, Dollface."
Gotcha.
You know, I love you all, man. Hey, thank 15 people watching. Thanks. Give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to say some likes and some loves for Anthony here. Follow Anthony on
Hockey Hound,
Twitter.
I think, is saying no.
Yeah, Hockey Hound saying no. So Ian Parnell, Aaron Coltier, Jose Figueres, Clint Buckley, Jeff Horseman, Brad Pond, Earl Smith, and Jim Siegel. Thank you for the love, for the thumbs up on Facebook. I can't see it on YouTube, but I do appreciate you giving me some love there, giving us some love. Been a great show so far.
Yeah.
I heard Matt was going to their farm. Ottawa sent Matt Murray down. Well, they waived him.
Put him on waivers, yeah.
They put him on waivers. I don't know if he cleared waivers yet. I think he went on waivers today, right? Or did he go on yesterday?
I think you went on this morning.
So we
Yeah,
won't
early
know
morning.
anything until tomorrow. I could see somebody picking him up, right? I could see Buffalo picking him up. I could see maybe Wedgwood didn't play bad tonight. Wedgwood's actually done pretty good for Arizona. He's an older guy, but he's starting to really have some good games for them. Boquist with his first 2-goal game career, right?
Yep.
Absolutely, Wendy. He played a good game tonight.
He did.
Boquist was in some good spots tonight. Played very well. I saw a lot more good out of Columbus than I did bad.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I don't think their goalie, and I'm blanking right at this moment, played all that bad.
Corpusalo.
Corpusalo, yeah. I don't think Corpusalo played that bad at all. I think that he played the hand that was dealt to him. It wasn't a great hand, but he
Right.
played the hand that was dealt to him.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, the only thing that hurts him is, how everyone views him compared to Merzlikins, who's to say if that gets in his head, because, they start Merzlikins all the time and, they throw him in on the road after, we've been on a 3-game win streak, that's a lot of pressure.
Mm-hmm. I agree. And I feel like that's somewhat the argument here in St. Louis when it comes to Bennington and Husso, because the team plays differently in front of each goaltender.
Oh,
So
yeah.
it's not really that goaltender's fault when the team isn't performing in front of him.
But they leave it to them to be their fault.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wendy says, I have to say, curse you, Stan Bowman. I think a lot of people want to curse Stan Bowman for screwing up and giving them yet another first-round pick so early. Husso is playing lights out in net. Bodes well for us if we get into the playoffs healthy. I want to see Husso play against a top team, right? I'm going to take a step back and say, okay. Oh, by the way, Anthony, you have some awesome glasses. and Ashley, you're gorgeous, and you already
Thanks,
knew that,
Tanner.
though. Right? Tanner loves us all. Tanner's one of the first people that started following me. She's one of my biggest fans, and I appreciate her so much.
I got to show this one. I'm sorry. I'm with Tanner 100%. Love her.
Yeah, Ashley's playing producer now.
It's fun.
Yeah, she's learning it. No, tonight I watched that second period, and something changed. Something changed from the whistle of the first to the puck drop of the second, because when it came out at the second, it wasn't the same team.
No.
It was not the same team. Even Husso played, lights out in the second. Played lights out in the third. The 2 goals he gave up in the third, one was a power play goal. The other one was that bullet from Orquist there.
Yep.
I don't think he had a chance. Mike Dante's Inferno, being quiet tonight. Bottom line, they should play the way they did tonight in front of whoever's in net. I get you'll have off games, but come on, I agree. Ruby had to have said something in the locker room that fired him up. Oh, absolutely. Let's see. So we had 3 points for Buschhh, 2 for Barbashev, and 3 points for Tarasenko. He had 3 attempts, +3 for him. Buschhh +4, Barbashev +2. Like I said, my title for an article, if I can get one written, is Russian to a Victory.
Yeah,
I mean, did
that.
you notice that your Spetsnet line was your top 3 stars?
There you go. See? Yep, the Spetsna line. Spetsna in Russian means special forces, offensive. So, and that's what they were tonight. And they worked well together because they were out for a couple of lines, right?
Yeah.
And I said, and I've been saying this since we got him, that needs to be a line. And I've been told by so many people how wrong I am.
Yeah.
And look how well they played.
Well, I don't think that anyone expected Buschhh to be as good as he has. Like, he has really adapted to our team a lot quicker than a lot of players have. It's usually taken about a year to adjust. He's had, 14 points in his last 11 games.
Hold on a second. They're going to interview Tarasenko. I'd like to hear Tarasenko's.
Okay.
See the smile on your face, Vladdy. That's got to be fun for you.
Yeah, it's always fun when you have some Russians in the team, more Russians is better for us, and it's been pretty fun, not only about us, in a team, we don't have a good start today, but we find a way to turn it around, and winning is nice. So,
All right, you mentioned the start. It wasn't what you guys wanted. What did she say after the first period to really spark you guys?
Well, we just have a conversation in the locker room and, start playing differently, and it gave us a result.
All right, Pavel Buschhh, how much did you know about him before he got here, and what does he mean to this hockey team right now?
I knew him a little bit before, but I get to know him more right now, and he's a great guy. He's working hard, plays smart, and I think
that's some of the worst helmet hair I've ever seen.
Him and Robert, and we start understanding each other more on the ice right now, and obviously he means a lot. He played power play, PK, all situations, and playing well.
Vladdy, you've scored a lot of goals in this league, and you play with a number of different centers. But I want to talk about Robert Thomas, just in terms of his playmaking and passing ability. What's it like playing with him, and what's the most impressive thing about playing with him?
I mean, obviously he creates a lot of chances. We have to score more and find ways to put the puck in it. But I think he's very underrated. People don't talk about him much, but he's a great center. He's playing really, really well, and playing with him is easy. It just creates a space for you. Beat his guy. He always ready to make a pass, and his unselfish play. It's I think part of the team's success, and I'm really enjoying to play with him.
What does this win mean for the team now, moving forward? Obviously a tough loss yesterday in Chicago, but to be able to rebound and win tonight, what does that mean for this hockey club?
I think for a while now, we win one, lose one, and I think next game will be a pretty hard one against Tampa Bay, and we have a couple of days off to get ready and seem to get to another winning streak.
One more player to ask you about, Ivan Barbashev, one of your best friends on the team. Did you always know he had this type of offensive potential?
Yeah, he's a smart player. We play together with him sometimes too, and same as Buschhh, same as Robert Thomas. It's easy to play with those guys. He just make plays, always unselfish, and I'm really happy for their success.
You having fun?
Yeah.
Vladimir Tarasenko, 3 more.
Does that sound like a guy that wants to be traded?
Absolutely not. He's having fun.
Happy guy.
Yeah, and you should have seen his helmet hair, man. I mean, it was.
Yeah, I'm in the kitchen, so I'm not near the TV.
It was out there, so it was pretty good. No, that was a good interview, and I liked everything that he said. We just said that, hey, we have a chance. We got to play better. We got to do this. Thomas off.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, that's a good one. Anthony, do you take what positives do you take away from this game for Columbus going into the next game?
Positives for this game, I would say, they could take it as a learning curve after, it seemed like you said, how they came out hot and they thought, they'd come out the next period and kind of just keep ramming them in. You got to remember they were on a 3-game winning streak, so they're probably coming in feeling pretty big-headed, So it kind of really needs to get them thinking how they can play in front of both goaltenders and keep the pucks away from the goaltenders. So, I mean, if there's a plus out of anything here, I mean, their power play still didn't look bad. You know, their face-offs were decent. I mean, they were 53.6% on the face-off. So, I mean, it's not like they played awful. But
and we said that.
And hey, their penalty kill, they killed all the penalties.
Yeah,
so.
yeah.
And you got to look at Boquist's 2 goals. I mean, there are a lot of positives for Columbus.
Yeah, they're. I mean, yeah, you got smashed. I mean, they lost pretty big, but I mean, it doesn't mean that you're out of anything by any means. So.
Mm-hmm.
No, I look at this. If I'm Columbus, and I don't know, I'm going. This isn't a bad loss.
No.
Right? We stayed in the game. Jose says Columbus didn't quit. They scored 2 in the third. You know, they were out there. They came up against a more experienced, sturdier team, and that's why they lost tonight.
Absolutely.
Right? You have younger guys. I mean, you have the youngest guy in the league.
Yeah, we have
on
the
your
youngest
team, so you
in the
have
league.
a lot of young guys, and that's okay. But you took those young guys, and you say, look, you took a team that's considered one of the contenders. You owned them for a period.
Yeah.
Okay, well, now you know how to own them, so now you got to do that for 2 more periods, right?
Yeah. Right.
So I see that has more of a positive than a negative, right?
Yeah, I agree. They didn't look how I would like to rephrase what I said before in the last intermission. How I said they look slow. By slow, I didn't mean skating slow. It seemed like they were kind of just playing at a slower pace, trying to figure out which way they wanted to play. Because in the first period, it was more of go, go, go. Like you said, they were coming out, firing pucks. They were playing good behind the net. And then second period, it was kind of like, okay, they kind of figured us out. What are we going to do now? And it kind of got stopped there.
They didn't have an answer.
Right.
Right. And that you saw that at the like Ashley talked about, right about that little bit after the halfway point of the first period. Shortly after that goal, you saw the Blues start slowing the puck down, start bringing the game to their zone, to their zone, slowing it down, trying to get the puck up. The more that Columbus tried to force it, the Blues just kept doing it. And while we were complaining about it, it's what eventually ended up working because the Blues were ready. They got Columbus to start playing the Blues game instead of the other way around. Yeah, that's what I think happened tonight.
I agree. It seemed as though, too, between the second period and on, they started becoming more of a group when they entered their offensive zone. It wasn't, it's like they had a plan. As for the Blues, I'm saying going into the offensive zone, they were already getting set up when one guy was chasing the puck. And that's how it was tic-tac, passes going around and people getting open, where Columbus was kind of racing it in and kind of trying to beat everybody to it. So.
Yeah, the Blues forecheck is usually a 1 to 2 guy forecheck. And I noticed Columbus was using 3, sometimes 4.
They're putting a lot of guys out there.
So when you're doing that, if you don't get the puck, right, it comes back out. You're going you have an odd man going the other way, and that's what we saw happen tonight.
I mean, how many rushes did you have in the third period? Right at the end, what was there, 2 or 3 where they had single man rushes right on Corpy?
Yeah, a couple of them. There were 3 breakaways?
Yeah. The one Thomas had that one right, and Peak hit him pretty hard.
Right. Thomas had one. Kyrou, oh man, Corpusalo just stoned him. I mean, that was pretty neat. Kyrou just stopped. Okay,
yeah,
what are you gonna do?
He was trying to be so fancy though. Like if he would have just kept going and made a decision, he could have scored on that. But instead, he paused, and that actually gave Corpusalo more time.
Yeah, I think he should. Yeah, you're right. He should have just shot that. But I don't think he had trouble catching up to it. That was the other thing. He didn't catch up to it until he was well past the circles. So by the time he caught up to it, he really didn't have a chance to make a decision. So stopping was his decision.
Right.
And that was actually, it might have been the best decision, because if he tries to do anything else, he crashes into the goaltender and you have a goalie interference.
Well, and also I mean, I couldn't see from what camera angle it was, but when he rushed in on him and started to slow down, I mean, who knows if he would have fired that and it would have went blocker and it would have came back out, it would have been a 2-man by then, and then it would have been a goal. So,
Yep.
Fair enough.
Absolutely. Oh, Kyrie
Good
says
one.
Kyrie just wanted to stop for a Dunkin' Donuts coffee on the way in front of the breakaway.
yeah.
He had time for a Dunkin' Donuts coffee, a donut, and for them to make a broccoli and cheese croissant with a little bit of extra cheese sprinkled on the top. Yeah, he had a lot of time there. Oh man, what a game! So who do you have next, and when is your next game?
All right, so next the Jackets got Nashville. I just pulled it up here, looking at the statistics here. So we're going to play them on the 30th. I mean, it's looking pretty even besides, power play. They're 5th in the league for power play. Their power play is really well, 25.9%. We still beat them on the penalty kill. We still beat them on faceoffs. For the goals allowed, we're pretty much dead even. I think our problem is for the next game, because Nashville has they have some playmakers. I mean, they have Johansson, Duchesne, Fabro. I mean, they have some good guys, that could pretty much do, I feel like, the same thing St. Louis did tonight. I mean, if you catch them off guard, they'll just tear you apart. So, they play Nashville next, which is going to be another tough one. Like I said before, they're going to have to split. At least I would be happy if they at least split these 4 on the road, 2-2. That would make me happy.
Yeah. Well, we've got, so for St. Louis on the 30th, so both teams have 2 days off. On the 30th, we have Tampa Bay, the champs, coming to our building. First time we've faced a Stanley Cup champ since we were the Stanley Cup champs. Right? Well, actually not true, because we faced, kind of. We faced Washington, the champ that we uncrowned on the first game, but we now, since we've given the crown up, we haven't faced Tampa Bay. This will be the first time we faced them since they took the crown away from us. It'd be interesting to see. We have a home and home against them, and then we have a home and home against Florida. It's 4 big games for St. Louis. I had said we had some litmus test games earlier. This is probably, for the first half of the season, this is our biggest litmus test. We have to get 5 points out of those 4 games, in my eyes. You have to establish yourself as one of those teams, and I don't think going 2 for getting 4 points does that. Ashley?
I'm with you on that. The Blues really have to play those next 4 games strong, but like I've said multiple times, I feel like the Blues play up to the better ranked teams, because coming into tonight, Columbus has a better record than St. Louis. So we play up, and then we play down to our, the lesser ranked teams, and that's when we lose. So yeah. I'm not as concerned with these games coming up as others might be.
Right. Jose says the Kyrou breakaway with the Barbashev goal is a prime example how the Blues need to win. When you try to do too much, make it look pretty, it's not effective, just making a simple play. And dead on there, dead on. Well, Anthony, I got to thank you, man. Thank you for coming in tonight. I hope you had fun. I hope we weren't too boring for you, and you enjoyed the show and being on the show with us and being around a bunch of enemies. If you do something the same, bring me on. I'll gladly come on your show and do the same, or you're always welcome on our show. We keep our door open to our friends.
I appreciate it. Anytime you need somebody to come on and talk hockey, I don't care if the Blue Jackets aren't playing, you give me a call. I'll come on.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. It's good to have new friends, and we appreciate Hockey Hound. I know me and him have had a pretty good relationship for a while. Jose says, here, I'll just let you read this one.
Sorry for your team. Hey, it is what it is. It was just the icing on the cake today after Michigan. So.
Yeah, well, for us, we want you to beat up on Chicago. So When you go see them, take care of them for us. Well, again, Anthony, thank you so much for coming on. Great to have you on the show. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Thank you, guys.
Ashley, you get a day off?
I do.
Yeah, we'll be back on Monday. I don't know what Monday's probably going to do. We'll see what the news is. Maybe I'll get some writing. We'll talk about some articles and we'll go from there. Guys, have a great Sunday. Enjoy this one. We've got 4 huge ones coming up. Be ready for them. Let's make this a great day. And as the boys say,
let's go Blues! Let's go Blues! Let's go Blues! Let's go!
this is Guy, the Hawaii Blues fan, for Anthony from Hockey Hound and Ashley Slapshot Jones saying aloha, mahalo, and you got to know we're bleeding blue with you. We'll see you again on Monday night, 8 p.m. Central Time on the Hockey Fan Report. Aloha!